The progression of social attitudes towards media representations from the late 20th century to the present day has been a drastic change which has caused quite a large divide in views and opinions. Some would see the present day as possibly being too politically correct due to many people supposedly being easily offended. Newspapers and news channels tend to be blaming millennials for all their problems. There is a new term going around called the snowflake generation, meaning that everyone nowadays is getting offended and easily upset over things that may not seem politically correct or are not following certain rules. A couple months ago there was a public outrage over a character from Coronation Street making a comment about not being able to comprehend the idea of IVF, thus creating a flood of outraged comments towards the soap, causing articles to be posted on social media, allowing others to jump on the bandwagon of scrutiny. Some find the changes good due to the diversity in many programmes and soap operas. There is now a lot more representation of different races, sexualities and religions. It wasn't long ago that people believed the media was seen as more lenient due to a lot of taboo things being accepted. In the 1970s there was a show called Fawlty Towers, and there was an episode called The Germans. This was all about accidental jokes and remarks about the Nazis and Germans not having a sense of humour, and what made it sensitive is that it was post-war. There was also a similar sketch in Harry Enfield and Chums regarding German people. Most people found this light-hearted humour, however today I'd be right in saying that this would no longer be accepted and would be scrutinised by the so-called snowflake generation. Examples of more recent shows would be Catherine Tate and the scene of her imitating different languages and doing impressions. A lot would see this as extremely offensive now, although the aim of it was purely humour. Another example would be Little Britain, which had many sketches of casual racism and offensive jokes. It is now much harder to create shows that can please everyone, as there are so many people with different opinions. Other times that the media have been lenient with what is allowed to be written in the tabloids is in the early 2000s. An example of this is Jade Goody. While she was in the Big Brother house, an article was made comparing her to a pig, causing everyone to read it to join in. Another example would be the Britney Spears meltdown of 2007, when the paparazzi followed her every move and waited for a chance to put something in the papers. Unfortunately, she got to the point of shaving her head for everyone to see, and then attempting to hit the paparazzi with an umbrella. This was posted all over the world and she was called crazy and psychotic. I believe that now celebrities' mental health would be considered and there would be a lot more boundaries. In terms of gender socialisation, there's already so much improvement in the presence of females in the media. For example, female Ghostbusters, a female Doctor Who and a rumoured female 007. And there is now a new Charlie's Angels released of December 2019. There is also a female environmental activist called Greta Thunberg, but unfortunately she's falling into the category of a millennial and isn't being taken seriously by many members of the population. Some would say that there isn't any change in scrutiny when it comes to things like the royal family. A lot of British people aren't too happy with the signs of public affection shown by Prince Harry and his wife Meghan. And also, earlier this year, BGT judge Amanda Holden accidentally swore on live TV. The next day, news articles were claiming fans were fuming or horrified. However, this could just be a very small minority. In today's society, it is likely that the media will consider the detrimental effects of certain insults or portrayals, and there is more coverage on the issues among mental health. However, there is no denying that you can't please everyone, and although some people are happy with the new ways of media representations, others may miss the programmes which attempt to flirt with the line of what's deemed appropriate. Therefore, we should allow any progressions and appreciate the advance of representations and acceptance. There are always going to be disagreements and people accused of being easily offended, but what can be said is the aim of this change is to bring people closer together.